Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I'd do kind of a mid to late month review of some of the makeup and other products that I've been using this month. I've been working a lot on my Native American project. I'm working on boarding schools right now, kind of a heady topic, and so I just needed a little bit of a break, and I thought I would go over some makeup and household items for you. How'd y'all fare with that Amazon sale? I purposely did not film during the Amazon sale because that to me Amazon is personal stuff. What you get on Amazon is like for your family, your house. I can't predict. I can tell you stuff that I liked, and I'll tell you one thing I got that I really like. It's an earring and jewelry holder. I think it was like $7. Isn't that cool? It's got spaces for 75 earrings. I have bracelets on one side here, and then I have earrings. I don't have 75 pairs of earrings. And then I had originally tried putting my necklaces here because you can loop them over the tops there, but it really made it pretty busy. So I really like this, and I just keep it there, and I can find things just like I'm in a store. So this little organizer spins on the bottom. Comes in a little box. You piece it together, but it was only like $7, and it really saves me a lot of time and trouble looking for things in the morning. And they're easy to put away, and it's kind of fun deciding where you want to put everything. So that's pretty neat. So I really enjoyed this. It was my Amazon Prime Day purchase. Also, I was surprised to hear Ben & Jerry's talking about politics with the Native Americans, which I thought was kind of interesting. Ben & Jerry's, I thought that these guys sold Ben & Jerry's to, I think, Unilever, or one of those big time companies back, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. So they're not involved with the ice cream anymore. But somebody in the marketing for Unilever decided to be a good idea on July 4th to make a statement about how we should give certain parts of the land back to the Native Americans, and I'm all for that. I really think it should be done in baby steps. So if you can, a lot of people are trying to cancel these guys for showing respect and admiration and empathy for the Native American Indian thing. So buy a pint, and this is called Dirt Cake. If you haven't had this flavor yet, it's like awesome. Oh my God. It's gone. It's completely gone. This is a, one night binge watching Rutherford Falls thing, for me. So Ben & Jerry's kind of got into a little bit of trouble, just like that Bud Light business, with the beer. And I just don't want to see this company go under over something when they make a political stand. And just really, taking a political stand when you are a business that sells ice cream probably isn't the smartest thing to do. But, again, I bought my pint. I sure hope, all of you will think about getting a pint for yourself, because it was a good cause that they spoke up for, but timing maybe not so good, and also it was a big thing that they thought that we should do, and a lot of people don't quite agree with it. So anyway, Ben & Jerry's, good for you. Now, bad ice cream. I'm trying to watch carbs. I'm trying to get away from artificial sweeteners like Splenda. Splenda was my favorite one, and I keep reading horror stories about Splenda and how sucralose in general can cause brain cancer and all kinds of stuff. They're still doing research, but I'm a little nervous. Plus, I drink so much coffee and stuff, and during the day, and a lot of the diet foods you get have sucralose in them. So it's like, you can't escape it. It's like, it's almost better to have the sugar, really. Okay, so this is a company that it's dairy-free, creamy, delicious. It's dairy-free because I'm having trouble with dairy on top of everything else. Thank you. DNA probably. This is called the GOODPOP, and the orange one isn't so bad. The outside orange stuff isn't very sweet. It tastes almost like orange juice that isn't sweet. and then the cream in the middle is kind of bland, but it's closer to the mark than this one. This one was awful. This is the GOODPOP Fudge and Vanilla Crunch. The crunch, it's almost like peppercorns. It's so bitter, the crunchy part, and the chocolate has no sugar in it. It's just dark chocolate. It's one of those like 90% cocoa things with like a little bit of, I don't know, cane sugar maybe. Awful. And the oat milk that they use for the cream, ice cream part of this is just gross. Just gross. So this was a no. This is a, I think this is a no too, really. I don't like to recommend things that I really would never buy again. I certainly won't buy these two items again. I was thrilled to see in the Dollar Tree they had these flip-flops that had like an Indian design on them, and I thought, why not? You know, I'm kind of going through a phase right now, as my sister calls it. These things are so uncomfortable. This part here, on this one, I think you can see it's folded over, and it jabs you. It doesn't stay flat, and it just jabs you. It's so uncomfortable. This is every reason why I can't stand wearing flip-flops now. These are terrible. Okay. Is it called melamine? Melamine. These are Pioneer Woman dishes. I love the dishes, but I don't know if you can see this here. It's starting to crackle and peel, and it can't be good for you. Just can't be good for you. It's like a treated paper that goes over a plastic dish. And I'm surprised she has these. They were lightweight, so I got them. But really, you really should stay with like a bone china or ceramic dishes. These things are so bad. I mean, it's just, I think it's from running them through the dishwasher. But just be careful, because this stuff gets in your food and gets into your body. Oh, these dishes. I gotta talk about these dishes, and you know, I had mentioned in my last video that I really do not want to take like PR anymore. I really have enough. And these people were very kind to work with, very pleasant, and they sent me these because they had seen one of my baking videos. So they thought I was a cook, baker person, and they sent me this cookware stuff. And I was like, well, so they're called RedChef, and I'm actually pretty blown away by it, and I wasn't even going to talk about it, and they had sent me some emails and said, when's the video coming up? You know, because it's been a month at least. I want to show you how it works. Now, if you can see, you've got these bowls here. They're kind of a ceramic, almost like a ceramic, a treated, strengthened ceramic. And here's a flatter bowl. You can use them for serving bowls. And here's a larger one. And on the bottom, it's it's coated, it's very thick. But here's where it gets interesting. This is the handle. And you literally stick the handle on and pull the trigger, and it locks. Turns into, all of these dishes turn into frying and saucepans and baking pans. And to release it, you're just going to push this back and it releases it. Isn't that cool? So then you can actually go from stove to table, you know, to serve the item in that. And these go into the dishwasher so easy. I have before and afters here of my dishwasher, putting them in the dishwasher. I've been using them for about a month now, trying all kinds of different things. Again, you just stick this on here and pull the trigger, and it locks. And you can just, again, you push this release on the top, and it releases. And you've got a serving bowl. I cooked eggs in this. I've cooked single hamburgers. I even cooked a pancake in this. And now this one I used as a salad bowl on the side, but I used it as a saucepan, and it comes with its own cover. So I made rice and chili. Got a really nice seal on there. Called RedChef, and I used the other pan to make chili, and it was delicious. And nothing sticks. I mean, you can hand wash these under the sink, sink water with a little bit of Dawn or whatever, let them air dry, or you can put them in your dishwasher. This is just so genius, this thing with the handle, because you know how a lot of like storage issues, it really solves a lot of things like that, because you can just store these as a stack of bowls, and then the handle, I just hand wash the handle, I don't put that in the dishwasher. But what a cool idea, it just goes right on there, pull the trigger, and it's locked. And then you pull the release, and it unlocks. Goes into your refrigerator, holds food. It doesn't have any BPAs or any of the harmful chemicals that a lot of coated cookware has. Nothing sticks to it. Now the first time you get these, you really just coat it with a light vegetable oil. You just coat it with that, and then you rinse them by hand and let them air dry before the first time you use them, and then you're good to go. And this is just awesome, this little cover. It works really well. So I have cooked steamed veggies. I think the only thing that I did differently than I would for my normal metal pans is I used plastic spoons, plastic spatulas. I used tongs. When I made a steak, I used tongs. And again, everything, nothing stuck to this. It was absolutely amazing. And what a great gift for somebody with weddings coming up and everything. I would probably give a set like this to a new wedded couple. I think this is a wonderful wedding gift. It's something very unique, and it's called RedChef. And I'll link it below. They did send this to me for review. I'm not getting commission. I'm not getting any kind of anything for talking about it. They saw my cooking, baking video and thought I was a baker and sent them to me. And I'm really glad they did, because they are my favorite cooking and baking pans at this time. So RedChef, good job, RedChef, good job. Do makeup and skincare and stuff, because I'm sure you're tired of it. Oh, big fail here. Wait a minute. Let's do this. These are in the Dollar Tree. These are the NUCOLOUR, I guess they're called. Oh my gosh. Nope. They crack, they peel. It takes like 3 coats to get any kind of a color payout. They're awful. And they're so different, because I love the LA Colors metallics. Those are wonderful. What a difference in these two. And they're the same price at Dollar Tree. But these are the ones that I would recommend, the LA Colors metallics. So I tried a lot of makeup items this month. I was really surprised, but I was watching Mrs. the Doll. She's back. She's one of the older YouTubers. She's old school, man. She was there back in 2009. I think she started doing YouTube videos. And I hadn't seen her around for a couple years, and I thought maybe she was another one of these casualties of COVID, and you know, they just stopped doing their channel. And she actually had a stroke. She had a stroke, and she was out for like a year. And she's just started making videos again, so it was such a pleasure to see her. And she was talking about different makeups, and she mentioned that there was a new makeup by Betsy Johnson. And I'm like, I've been under a rock. I have definitely been under a rock. I didn't know. So I went and picked up a few Betsy Johnson things, and I think actually what I'm going to do is hold off on reviewing them. Although I've got to do this eyeshadow. I've got to review this eyeshadow palette. I think I'm going to do a docutorial on her, because she's such an interesting lady, and I know I'd have a lot of really interesting story about her. And I'm also been really impressed with the makeup. Oh my goodness, it's like high-end, but it doesn't cost high-end. So, ooh, I don't know. Do you remember that when it came out? At Christmas time, it sounds familiar. I might have seen the Advent calendar. I did purchase that recently, but I think it came out for December of this past year, the Betsy Johnson makeup advent calendar. So I found it. I found a few things from her, and I'm pretty darn impressed, really. So I'll probably do a special on her within the next week or so, because the makeup's really impressing me. Moira, on the other hand, I was going to do something with Moira too, but I just have not been 100% excited about their stuff. I didn't like this at all. This is their waterproof peptide eyeshadow primer. It's very thin. It doesn't even feel like there's anything in the tube. Yeah, I'm not really 100% on that. The Laura Ray was talking about this NYX pore filler. She was talking about things that do higher end stuff, and I know I had tried it at one point, but I don't think I tried it to just spot pore shape. And I was really impressed with how it does seem to fill in the pores a little bit, so when my makeup goes on, it doesn't settle in them. So this is the NYX pore filler. It's just a clear kind of stick that works pretty well. It's kind of like Maybelline has one too. I want to say the Master something, and it was kind of a thicker version of this, and it was goopy, very much like this. So yeah, but the NYX pore filler, I do like it. I think it works out pretty well. Concealer, the only new one I tried this month for concealers was this one from Almay. Again, somebody was talking about it. Almay Ageless Hydrating Concealer. Really, really nice. What I do is it comes out of the edge of a tube this way, and so a little goes a long way. And when you spread it out, I'm looking in the mirror here to see if I can see what I'm doing. It spreads out so nicely, so evenly, and then I press it, pat it down, and press it in, put a teeny bit of powder over it, and it just lasts the whole day. I haven't tried Almay in a while. I did do a docutorial on this brand years ago, and I haven't really, it's one of those places in the drugstore I just kind of keep walking. You know, I'm like, everything just looks like the same old stuff in new packaging. So I kind of ignored it, and then somebody else raved about it. So that's all it takes for me. I'm such a, let me get the name of that, you know, and I'll go and get it. I like to go into stores to buy things like foundation and concealer, because you can't tell a shade from online. The shades are so deceiving. So this is the Almay Ageless Hydrating Concealer. Really, really nice. It's not full coverage. It's like a medium coverage, so it's going to cover some of your darkness. If you've got really deep darkness, you should probably really go with a color corrector first and then put this on. It blends out beautifully. It lasts all day. It's a really, really nice product. Almay Ageless Hydrating Concealer. MOIRA. This is the Complete Wear powder foundation, and I thought it would be a great idea to wear this, like, since it's summertime and everything and liquids can kind of dissolve. I got the wrong shade. Oh man, did I get the wrong shade. I'm wearing it today, and I look like I have a little bit of color, but that's from the MOIRA. That's not from anything else. It's a little bit dark. I'd say it was a shade too dark for me. Oh, it goes on like a dream. You can use any powder puff. It does come with its own little thingy to put it on with. Let me see if I can. Here it is. Yeah, I got it clean. Yep. So you just dip that in and you just basically swipe it over your face. It does an awesome job. This is a wonderful, it's better than the MAC one. And it's hardly anything. And it stays on all day. It does. It's just a I have glow stuff on here on my cheeks, so it makes a difference, but wow, this is awesome, really awesome. MOIRA, and I got the shade 275N. I should have gone with like 250N, something like that, because the 275 is just a little bit too dark, one shade too dark. In the summer I can get away with it, but in the autumn and winter time probably not. But what a wonderful thing. The powder foundation from MOIRA, really, really good. I tried two foundations. One because Rebecca said she loved it, and that is the Smashbox Always On. She loves it. And I think Shelly liked it too, Geek Out of Water. She liked it too. So I had to get one too to keep up with the Joneses. I'm always looking for that holy grail foundation that doesn't cost too much. This cost a little more, but this one I'll talk about after does not. So this is the Always On from Smashbox, and I love Smashbox, as you know. They do recommend a lot of their products at my online beauty school, which I'm probably not going to graduate for another 2 years because I haven't been doing my homework, and they won't let me progress until I finish my homework with the lessons I'm doing, and I'm stuck on the bridal thing. I'm having an awful time with the bridal thing. Anyway, this is wonderful, and this shade was perfect for me, and F30N, F30N, and it's just the perfect shade for me. It's a little bit lighter than this, but this is my shade, and it blends really nicely. It lasts all day. I do put a hydrating moisturizer on underneath it, and it works beautifully. Really, really nice. It's got a skin-like finish. I don't believe there's a smell. No, no smell. This is a really nice, for the higher end foundations, this is one of my favorites this year. Good job, Smashbox, good job. So I was watching Little Poet recently, and she was talking about dresses she was trying to decide on to wear to a wedding coming up. Not her own, but she's going to be a guest at a wedding. And she also talked a little bit about some makeup. And she said she was going to wear this foundation to the wedding and that she really liked it. And I thought, Revlon Age Defying 3X foundation. Did I try this like years ago? And I gave it a thumbs down or something because I had bad skin care back then. Well, I went and got it because I had to try it after she just raved about it, and I said, I've got to try this. I am shade 10 Bare in this particular model, which is so different from the other one where I'm, much higher number. This was marvelous. It was wonderful. It went on smoothly. It gave me like a medium coverage. It lasted all day when I did my noontime bathroom check at work under the horror lights. It was faring quite well. I mean, it worked really well, so I'm impressed. Revlon Age Defying 3X foundation. Now I have really dry skin, and I have dry patches and big pores on my chin that always come out as red midway through the day. I have a lot of large pores and redness around my nose, large pores on the nose. I have some wrinkles here, big indents, St. Bernard lines, the jowls, all the fun things about not age defying. So I really like it. The Revlon 3X Age Defying foundation. I think it was like $10, $11, which is pretty good for drugstore nowadays because drugstore is almost as expensive as Sephora lately. Another product I saw another YouTube talking about was this called Energy. I think this was Jen Phelps, and I do love her as much as I tease her about saying that nobody ever talks about this. And I just watched something on, I think it was TikTok, that she was saying, I think it was right in the title, nobody's talking about this in the title. Oh, Jen, you gotta stop saying that. It makes other people feel bad. Plus, she was talking about MUA, Makeup Academy makeup. Remember that? CVS had it back in, I don't know, 2014, 2015. CVS had it in all their stores. and it had a big like display, but everything went old because people weren't really buying it, and it just they discontinued having it in CVS. But I guess you can still get it online, and she's all excited like it's this brand new product. And it's like, we all talked about it. We did all talk about it back in 2015. Yeah, I still have my MUA mascara comb that I bought at CVS back in 2015 from the MUA display. But nobody's talking about this. Okay, anyway, she did talk about this, I believe. It's called Energy, and it's from Tarte. And it looks like this god-awful pink color, almost like the one that everybody, the Dior thing, everybody was cheating, trying to find copies of. This is an intuitive blush, which means it supposedly works with your personal DNA to turn a certain color. It's your shade of pink, basically. I like this. It makes a really pretty natural glow on the skin. I got it on today. And it's not as harsh Barbie pink as it appears in the pan, even though this is like a thing now. Everybody wants to be Barbie now. I don't know how healthy that is. Yeah, Energy from Tarte. It's the intuitive blush that it looks really pretty. You can build it up to be a deeper pink shade. It goes kind of a warm pink on me, which is pretty true to form. And I did try the MOIRA powder, and this is supposed to be similar to, you know, the expensive powder. It's that stuff that has smoke coming out of it. It's very finely milled. It goes under the eye so nicely, and it sets things so nicely. I like it. I think it's wonderful. I never understood the three color, why have the three colors, because they all mush together anyway. Why not put them all together in the pan and just do it? Because if I just want to use some of the yellow in here or some of the white, it's going to be hard to get that, just that color, because all of them are on the, you know, mixing. I don't know. It's a user error thing, I'm sure, but yeah, it's really nice. And you know, the powder is supposed to be an imitation of course, it's like 10 times the price. But people are saying that it's not, those who are talking about it, they're saying that it is not a dupe for the, is it Guerlain or Dior or Tom Ford, one of them that has the 3 shades. It's a nice powder. I think it's very pleasant. Works really well. Perusing in the TJ Maxx, I got this, it's a 3-pack of Paw. These are balms, and Paw is like the papaya tree, and they have these 3. They have clear, they have bronze, and then they have this kind of pinky color. And I was like thrilled with this. I thought, well, the bronze I could use, you know, as a contour in a pinch. And this one I could use as a lipstick or a blush. And it works nicely as a lip balm, actually. It does have some color to it, so this was nice. The clear is always nice. You can use this anywhere where you have rough, dry skin. You don't have to use it on your face. And you don't have to use it just on your lips. You can use it on your eyelids, on a dry patch, around your nose, your elbows, anywhere where you have rough skin. You can use this Paw cream. So I do like this. I did not care for this one though. This is the brown shade, and I'll just see if I can demonstrate it here. Now it does blend into a deeper shade, but it's very sticky, and if you're outside and the wind's blowing your hair, it's going to stick it to it. You can powder it down a little bit, but I just didn't like it. I didn't think the color stayed very well, so this was kind of a fail. But these other 2, I really enjoyed them, and the lip stuff lasted as well as any lip balm would. And as a blush, it was sticky like this, so I would really just use this on the lips, and this one I can use for any skin problem that I have. But it was a nice little set. It was $4 for the 3 pieces, and just one of these alone costs way more than that. So I thought it was a good deal, even though I wasn't that keen on the bronzy one. Moira's Cream Blush. This looked completely different on the website. I'm just going to put this right here. Now it does like blend out nicely, but I think the color I wasn't that keen on. And then this shade from MOIRA is called I Trust You. I'm really enjoying, this is a eyeliner crayon from MOIRA. This particular shade, and this one is called Cocoa Days. This is a beautiful, kind of a shimmery brownish shade, and it's slightly cool tone. It looks really nice under the eyes. It catches the light, so you get a little bit of shimmer under your eyes, and it's not as harsh as wearing like a black under your eye or a thick eyeliner kind of thing. It's subtle, and it's very, very nice. It's very affordable. Cocoa Days is the color. Just as a teaser, I'm going to show you, this is a trio out of the Advent calendar from the Love Betsy brand, which is makeup. I just want to show you, this color is just beautiful. And it goes on like a high-end shadow. If you told me that this was something from Dior or Guerlain or Estee Lauder or, you know, Hourglass, somebody like that, I would say, yeah. And it's a little trio. There's a light shade, a medium dark, and then this beautiful shimmer. You could do a perfect eye with this. But this was in the Advent calendar. I think it was day 2 or something. There were 12 things in the Advent calendar. It was like $10. So these things were like, what, 80 cents each or something? They weren't, you know, unbelievable. So I was really happy with this. And this is the Love Betsy Johnson. I've also been enjoying, for eye palettes, I really have been enjoying my Frosted Flakes. This is a great palette, and this is Glamlight, and they are coming out with something new, I guess. But this, it doesn't seem like I would, you know, get that much use out of this color thing, but I'm using the browns here and there. I'm using the blues. On the 4th of July, I used a lot of this palette for my blues, you know, for that, and it's got some beautiful shimmers in here. The periwinkles to die for. I mean, I could use maybe something like this. Ooh, I'm gonna look like Andorra from Bewitched. This was her color. I don't know why I did that. Oh, anyway. Tony the Tiger. This is the Frosted Flakes palette from Glamlight. You can find it in some, it's on their website. You can still find it there, and if you're lucky, one of your TJ Maxx's may have it too. Absolutely wonderful. Tony the Tiger here. Frosted Flakes palette. Just give you another look. That's great. And of course he's, you know, saying something about being great too. Not like that other fella that says something about being great. I did get a replacement for my Soft Glam palette because I went through it. I'd hit pan in a couple of the shades, and nice scored another one of these double-sided brushes, which I had lost mine a long time ago. I like Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I don't like Norvina. I don't care for their politics, but I do like their palettes, and this one was a classic in my collection, so I did replace it. Coming fall, coming up here, you get some nice warm tone browns and some beautiful shimmers and mahoganies and warm brown shades and light shades, and absolutely wonderful. Soft Glam from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the brush. Yes, I'm still using the Blessed palette. Still loving that, Mary. Good job, Mary. You can see I'm getting a lot of dings and depths in there. Let me just put this on here. Let's turn this into a party, huh? Oh, why not, you know? Little. You know, I'm 65 now. And heck, if I want to put my buttercup on there and along with the fritziness shade, I'm going for it. Good job. This is the Blessed palette, the Sydney Grace palette collaboration with Glitzy Fritzy Mary. Eye looks with this in the past, and I do recommend it. The eye looks stay all day. It's quality shadows that blend well, and she's one of us. Please support her. I will link her link below. And if you use the code Glitzy Fritzy, one word, Glitzy Fritzy, I could get 15% off of it as well. I was putzing around Walmart, and I do look in the makeup department because every now and then you see something. And these came out from Hard Candy. This is the Punk shades. They had like their quads, and I'm sure they are to answer to the e.l.f. shades here. e.l.f. is of course high quality stuff, and this is called the Punk palette. Beautiful shades. The glitter has a little bit too much micro glitter in it, but the other shades are wonderful and very, very well pigmented. Now, Hard Candy used to be a high-end brand. They used to be in Sephora and Nordstrom. They used to be high-end, and the guys sold to somebody else, or they brought somebody on board, or somebody left. Something happened, and they wound up going into getting a deal with Walmart. So they changed their structure. I don't think they changed the formulas, because the formulas are just as good as they were when they were at Sephora years ago. Of course, we're looking at 2012, 2013 maybe, that they were, you know, in Sephora and a high-end brand. When they got launched at Walmart, people, you know, were like, it's a nice new brand, whatever. They didn't even realize it was the high-end brand. But I like the Punk shades, and they do have like 5 different categories of shades. They do have a nude shade, and all of them seem to have like 3 mattes and a shimmer in them. So they really are giving e.l.f. a run for their money. From MOIRA, this is the Sugar Delight palette, and this is another perfect nude palette. It has all these shades. It has a nice big shade of your base shade, which is very good for not only doing a base, but also if you put something on a little bit too old, you can change it up and erase it and calm it down. And you can also use it under your eye. Really, really nice. And I'm just going to put this here. Really, really nice palette. There's a couple of shimmers in here, mostly basic, neutral, nude shades, and that is from MOIRA Cosmetics. I'm not going to do an eye look with this, but this is the Love Betsy palette. This is called Starlight, and this has pressed pigments and regular eyeshadows in it from the Betsy Johnson makeup line. Again, I'm like, I've been under a rock. I had no idea. Let me show you the swatches. And I tell you, the shimmers are awesome. Even like the ones that look like they have micro glitter in them are so well done that you don't get that fallout that you usually do when there's micro glitter in a shadow. Absolutely beautiful. Some of the shades look slightly different than they do in the pan, but they all built up nicely. Really nice combination of colors. Really, really pretty. I like this. This is the Love Betsy by Betsy Johnson brand of makeup, and this is the Starlight palette. I also got this from her, besides the advent calendar, I got this, but look how tiny these little shades are. See, that's my pinky there. So they're tiny little shades. I mean, if you want to compare them with regular size, you know, these are regular size, and these are the. So, I mean, these are really just a little dabble. Do you try colors out if you're experimenting? This is really good for a young teen to have. The quality of these is excellent. I mean, high-end excellent. It's just that they're teeny tiny, but you can use. All of these shades are wonderful. I've been trying different ones, different times. I mean, there's only so many days in a week, and I don't do my eye makeup 3 times a day. You would think I did, but this has some very interesting surprises in it, like this kind of cool tone dusty green. Let me see if I can get that on there. Put it on the inside. Yeah, really, really pretty colors. And it's a good place to kind of experiment. And when you pull out the bottom, you've got lip shades. And you've got an eyeliner, lip shades. It looks like a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush. The blush is pretty light, though. It's one of those, it's very light, like. Just put this here. A little bit of a green aftertone here to that. These are lip glosses. They're very sheer. They're not like lipsticks. And then you get, this is kind of a nice eye pencil. It is a pencil though. It's sharp. It pulls. I'm not sure this would be something that I would call ideal. But it does have, you know, a little bit of color to it. I didn't like the brow pencils or the eye pencils at all. And this is a this is one of their lip glosses. And all of their lip glosses taste like white chocolate or chocolate. They have an aftertaste of that. The glosses are nice. They're smooth and moist without being sticky. But they are smooth and moist, so you do get that. And you get a little bit of wafting of white chocolate or chocolate in this. And yeah, I've got a shimmer here, a clear, and then I've got a pink. And these came in the advent calendar, and this is a lip balm, which I believe is just clear. Yeah, it's just clear. There's no scent to the lip balm. So, I mean, you get quite an assortment of stuff in that little thing. And you also get a lip pencil. It's okay. It's not, their pencils are not where I'm seeing the most excellent products. The products I'm seeing that are excellent are the eyeshadows and some of the blushes and things. So the lip pencil, out of all the pencils, the lip pencil is the only good one. The worst mascara. It wins probably of all time. I don't know what's in here. And I thought, well, maybe I missed it and it's not really a mascara. You know, because it didn't do anything at all. I'm like, hello, nothing. So that was the Betsy Johnson mascara. So do not, just run. Or these lip glosses. And you know, these are kind of nice. These 3 little like highlighter, bronzer, and blush are okay. But it feels almost like toy makeup. This particular thing, it reminds me of toy makeup. Cosmetics came out with their Gardener series or Flower series, Flower Love series, and I got the Gardener version. It's a 35 pressed pigment and shadow set, and these are all supposed to be themed with nature. And this is the Gardener set. No mirror, but I don't care about stuff like that. really beautiful. They have, I think, 4 different combinations of eyeshadow. Not impressed with the glitters, and there's 1, 2, 3, 3 glitters, pressed glitters. Wouldn't recommend using them. I don't like glitter anyway, and it's really bad for the environment because it slips through filters and it winds up in the ocean, and then sea life eats it. Right now they're having a hard enough time in the ocean with it being so hot. I guess towards the shorelines of the beaches down in Florida, the fish are actually boiling. The water's so hot, it's over 100 degrees. So yeah, we don't need to put any more crap in the water. So these 3 glitters, very disappointing. Even with glitter glue, they don't work very well, and there's lots of fallout with those. But the rest of the shades, Rude Cosmetics has an outstanding formula, and I used their Nude York palette, which was a face palette and an eye palette. I used that when I went to Reno, and I used it every single day. I loved it. It was great. So Rude Cosmetics has some great formulations, and I like this. I'm thinking more of autumn now rather than summer. You know, I'm using my Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes one for the summer, and some of, you know, Glitzy Fritzy stuff, and a few other things that are kind of lighter. I think Lamlight's coming out with a blue palette. They were teasing it on Threads. Speaking of Threads, any of you out on Threads? I'm never on TikTok, okay? I'm never on TikTok. I do have an account there. I think I uploaded 1 video of me going from start to finish putting makeup on. That's it. And I haven't been on TikTok since. But I'm on Threads every single day. Every single day I'm on Threads. Go figure. I did get a couple new shades of the Revlon. One was a replacement, and one, I wasn't sure if I tried it or not before, but I bought it again. This is the Coral Berry. Very, very pretty. And I thought that was really nice, pretty, kind of pinky coral shade for the summer. And then this one is Smoked Peach. You can see it's a slightly lighter shade and more of an orangey peach. It's probably one of my favorite shades this summer. I'm really enjoying both of them. And of course, the lifter glosses came out. This is Sweetheart, this kind of reddish shade, but it comes off a little bit lighter in person. Surprisingly, it looks almost like those other 2 shades of lipstick. So this is the Sweetheart, which looks very red. And then that translates on the lips to a lighter shade. And I'm happy with that because I don't think I would want the deeper red. That's Sweetheart, and then this is Peach Ring. And of course they have the lovely coconut scent, if you can handle it. So you can see the Peach Ring. They're very similar to these 3 shades. I really like those shades. They were my wedding colors for my first wedding. With this, like Howard Johnson's. Yeah, I really like this. The Peach Ring is very nice, and the Sweetheart. So these are the 2 shades I picked out of the new ones that have come out. And they do have separate displays. I know in Walmart they have their own end cap with all the shades. And they also placed them in the Maybelline area. Most of them are picked over in that part. But if you go look on the end, you may see an end cap, and all of them are there because people aren't seeing them. They're in the back. Of course, that's just at my local Walmart. Of course, where you are, they may be, you know, right there in front of you. I don't know. Hopefully, I may release the Indian series one by one. I haven't decided. It's been a very heavy few months doing the research on these things, and I started off by doing the boarding school series, and just the pictures, the stories, the atrocity of it, you know, it's been really, really heavy. So I want to kind of get it out so I can release it. You know, I need to release it from my head too. Right? Until I release it, I'm just going over dialogues in my head, what to say about it. So And hopefully you'll be patient with me through this, because it's just something I really think is important right now, and just by acknowledging and validating them and respecting them. So I'm working on that right now. I'm going to powwows, I'm going to different things, and just got 2 new front tires for my car because I've been traveling so much, and so I'm really, hanging in there. I can't stand hot weather, so this has been really bad. The heat of summer has been horrific for me here. Well, anyway, no new perfumes, and like I said, the nail polish I've been using sucks, and so that's about it. I hope you all have a happy and safe week. Keep cool, and I will see you soon with the next video. Take care. Toodles.